Hello. Hopefully some of you guys will be hopping on soon. I come on every Tuesday to chat about you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here every week, Tuesday at noon, hoping that you can come on your lunch break and ask a few questions. I think it's really important for me to be here and giving you guys time to ask questions about your health. And your health can be mental, it can be physical, and I think today, hey Nicholas, I really want to talk about more of our mental health. The last maybe 4 weeks, I have talked about, digestion and sleep and more of the physical. But today I really do want to touch on some of our mental health, anxiety, depression, confusion. Confusion kind of relates to anxiety, always thinking, never knowing when to stop, never knowing what's good enough, never knowing that we have everything that we need inside of us. Ayurveda, I am an Ayurvedic practitioner. Ayurveda looks at the body as a whole. So we don't look at just symptoms. We look at the root of the problem. We look at the food that's going in. We do look at also the mental food that's going in. What are you around every day? What are you seeing? What are you allowing yourself to see? And then how are you reacting to that? I really want to talk about two specific words today that we use all the time. And one is, I'm sorry. And hey, Mariah. So if you just joined, I'm talking about two words that we use all the time for answering questions, for thinking, talking, and that's I'm sorry and I think. So let's just talk about I'm sorry. So right now, again, we're talking about our mental health. We're talking about what we do and how we say and how we interact with people, what we eat mentally throughout the day. So I'm sorry. This word, I'm sorry, we say it all the time and we don't even think about the implications that it has on us. I'm sorry puts us in a negative space. It puts us behind. It puts us in a space where we've done something wrong. And who says that? Who says I'm sorry all the time, right? I'm sorry for being in your way. I'm sorry that you didn't get something that you really wanted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry is definitely there for a reason, but is there for when you are apologetic, for when you are truly feeling like you need to apologize. But I'm sorry also puts our mind in a state of we did something wrong. So just throughout your day, I never thought of that. Gotta eliminate that. Yes, gotta eliminate I'm sorry from your vocabulary when you don't need it, when you're not actually sorry and you just maybe want to understand what someone's going through, or I understand that upset you, but you're still coming from a very true place where you are not sorry. That is not the word that you need to be using at that time. A few of my friends, they replace I'm sorry with I'm sexy. I don't know if you've ever heard me say that, but that can be kind of fun when you say I'm sorry and you're like, I'm sexy. And then where does I'm sexy put you? I'm sexy puts you in this new place where like, I'm sexy. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I can deal with I'm sexy. It puts you in a better mind state right away. So see when you start to use the word I'm sorry, see where it puts you. And then the other one that it's funny, I've been thinking about it, but I think this is another word that we say, another combo word that we say all the time. I think I feel this way. Do you think you feel that way, or do you know that you feel that way? Really putting into your vocabulary words that you are meaning to say. So things that you are actually thinking about that you do know, and see how many times you say, I think that I want this. I think that this is going to be good for me. Do you think that it's going to be good for you, or do you know it's going to be good for you? Do you know that the food that you're eating is going to be good for you? Do you think that the food that you're eating is going to be good for you? You know, it's these little pieces, these bite-sized amounts of words that we use every day that put our state of mind that send us in a little direction. I'm going to read a little note. I have been working and not saying I think and seen a lot of changes already. Yeah, right? So just really saying what you mean. This comes back to what I was just talking about at the very beginning, is mental health. These are little tiny bits of pieces that are going to allow you to push through your day in a stronger state of mind. So I'm going to step away from that for just a moment and talk about a question that I got from a friend. And she just had a baby, so she's postpartum. And I wanted to introduce this book, super great book, My Mother's Blessing. It's an Ayurvedic book geared towards postpartum mothers. There's recipes, and I'll put this in the post too. There's recipes. It talks about abhyangas, which are self-oil massages, very good for self-love and self-care. And there's also meditation and just a ton of recipes. So she was asking about things that she can do to gain more energy. And for her, there are specific things that we're going to be working on. But for anyone that just had a baby, some really fun, just little notes. Check out ghee, G-H-E-E, ghee. It's wonderful. It's a butter. It's a clarified butter, and it's a wonderful tool to start using because it really helps to coat the gut, to help food digest, to pull in really good fats. So ghee is a great one. Also, really hearty soups. Just had a baby, the thing you want are really easily digested foods, really yummy and warm, and lots of ghee to really help nourish the body. So that was just a few little tidbits for anyone who just had a little baby. And if you have had a little babe and you are feeling low energy and you do want to help gain back some of that energy, please do ask your questions. There's a ton of information in this book. Again, A Mother's Blessing. And really through Ayurveda, just a lot of mental and physical work to be done. Again, Ayurveda looks at the body as a whole. It doesn't just piece out little bits. It really brings in a whole new structure, a whole new way of looking at life, a whole new way of dealing and working through sleep routines, eating routines. Especially here in the West, we really, really want to work on routines because there is so much coming at us daily. So just a little recap. I haven't gotten any more questions, and I love Mariah. Thank you so much for your input. Just a recap on today, we talked about the mental health. So it's just baby steps. Where can you start with putting your day and following the path where you feel in control and you feel like you have, thanks for the love, where you feel in control and you are setting yourself up for success. And just two words that we talked about today were I think and sorry. When are you really sorry? Use sorry when you truly feel like you are sorry, when you truly feel like you are apologetic. And then use I think when you are positive about something, when it is coming from you. Are you thinking about it or do you know? So those two words, and I do have a question. Can anyone who is having digestive issues use that advice for postpartum women? Yeah, definitely. If you have if you're working through digestive issues, say you eliminated gluten, you've started to eliminate dairy, or you're, see increasing acne, you feel lethargic after eating, come to a very basic diet. So really pull down these extremely heavy, meat, fish, even tofu is very hard to digest, and just really basic, lentils, dal, really well-cooked vegetables and rice, and then start to play around with some spices. In a previous video, I've talked about cumin, coriander, and fennel. really, really great digestive spices. So using those while you are working to digest and working to build up a new digestion pattern for yourself. And also, just on that note, when you are working on building your digestion, you also want to build really good bacteria. And I know we are a nation of pills and dietary supplements and probiotics are amazing. But if you start to do a little bit of research, you're going to find that a lot of the probiotics that are out there, they come into your gut, they are there to enhance, and then they get washed away. So there's not a lot of probiotics that are actually staying, and creating a new gut flora. The one drink that is amazing, it's called a tarka, I believe. It's also called a lassi, and it is a yogurt drink. Yogurt is full of amazing bacteria that it will stay in your stomach and help rebuild. So if you want to try this drink, it is part water and part yogurt. You can take about a spoonful of yogurt or a fourth a cup and then mix it to about 3 parts water. And that's going to create this really liquidy drink. You can sprinkle in some powdered cumin and a little salt. And if you take that right after you eat, that is really, really going to help you digest. The cumin is going to be there to help relieve symptoms of flatulation and bloating. And it's also going to be adding some beautiful gut bacteria. So if you need to keep eating probiotic food drinks regularly in order to maintain balance, it really depends on the person. So again, my friend Mariah just asked, do we need to keep eating these probiotic foods and these drinks regularly in order to maintain balance? Yes, you do, but it doesn't mean forever and always. When people come to me, or when I hear people talking about, I just had to eliminate gluten, I just had to eliminate dairy, and especially with myself, I thought I was going to be taking, supplements forever, and I just hated that idea. It will be a long time. I'm not going to lie. When you start to heal holistically, it takes time to see results. And that's why this is such a hard process. But as you start to see results, it is such an amazing and beautiful thing. It doesn't mean you have to take these drinks and supplements, if you are taking supplements, forever to maintain the balance. But you do have to take it for, months just to see some regularity. Your body has to know that this new thing is happening, this new pattern is being created, and then you can start to work in heavier foods, harder foods to digest, but at specific times. And so then we get into the idea that we want to connect ourselves to nature. I'm kind of like pointing to my window, my one little basement window. But go look outside on a sunny day when the sun is like full and bright. That is when our digestion is also full and bright, and when we can eat our heavier foods to digest. And then we go back to our easier soups, lentils, dal, rice, really well-cooked veggies. But yes, to answer that question, you will have to take it regularly, these drinks. And in my experience, it has been a tough one, to remember to take the drink, to be around a blender, because you do want to blend the yogurt and the water and the spices together. And one more little note on that, it will create a foam, and you just want to scrape that foam off. Yeah, it is a challenge, but that's why you have people around you to keep you going. Myself as a coach, friends, family, tell them what you're up to, what you're doing. Tell your work why you're bringing a blender into the office. You are working on your health, and that is the most important thing. I'm like, that's the most important thing. Really, truly, to follow your passions. And we are following our passions. You're looking for the best job for you. You're looking for, your partner, your lover in life. But also turn inward for a moment. Follow your passion for what you need in your own body, your own mind, mental, physical health. Yay, coaches are priceless. Yeah. If you don't know my friend Mariah Kraft, she's been asking the questions today. She's a wonderful health, fitness, and mental coach as well. Yeah, Arayan. Nicholas, I don't know what that is. Is that a spice? Let me know what that is. But we need help from our family. We need help from our friends and from our coaches and people who are going to hold us accountable for the choices that we want to make. We want to make better choices in all parts of our lives, and that includes mental and physical health. So, this is my longest video yet. Thank you so much for asking questions today, Mariah. I love it. Nicholas, if you want to tell me what, again, I don't know if that's a spice or something that you're using to help you in your life, and I would love to know what it is. Yeah, if there's no more questions, I'm going to head off today. Ask me questions anytime. Text me, email me, go on my website, greentreeayurveda.com. I have, information on there, and I'm, again, always here to help you and answer your questions. Oh, yes. Thank you, Nicholas. Yes, the water and spices. Got it. Okay. Thank you, Mariah. I do Q&As every Tuesday at noon. Every Tuesday at 12, I'm here to answer your questions. Maybe next week I'll have a rap. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? I kind of get into some rapping sometimes. Little Red is my rap name, just FYI. So yeah, so again, the yogurt and water and spices is the name. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, super, super traditional. One more thing before I get off. A lot of Ayurveda is, is Indian, a lot of it is Indian based. If you go to India, you're never going to really hear like, oh, we're practicing Ayurveda, because it is a lifestyle. They live it. It is just something that is surrounding them. And that's something I'm trying to bring to you as well. Living the life of Ayurveda, which is just coming internal, seeing what you truly need, what are the subtle messages of your body, and then following those. Oh, hey, Joseph. I know you just joined, but I'm just about ending, unless you had a quick question about your health, mind, mental, physical health. Again, we talked about using the words I think and I'm sorry, and using them when we actually are sorry versus when you're not sorry, and seeing the impact on that. And then also using the word I think when you actually know. And really, when you change up your vocabulary, it's these little tiny baby steps to send you in a fuller, brighter, stepping into your own power and seeing how that feels. So if you guys try that this week, let me know what happened when you stopped yourself and you're like, you know what, I don't think, I know, or I'm not sorry, I want to give you a thought or whatever it is that you're talking about, but you're actually not sorry. It's something different. Okay, so thank you so much, and thanks for the thumbs up and the love, and I will see you guys soon next week, Tuesday at noon for the Q&A. Meow, meow, meow.